This happened to me and my girlfriend Emily 2 summers ago in Oregon. We were visiting her uncle's cabin for a weekend getaway. The area was surrounded by forest trails that tourists use during the day. One trail led to an old wooden bridge crossing over a deep river gorge. Everybody in town apparently loved that trail. During the daytime, one night around 8 p.m., Emily convinced me we should do a sunset hike to the bridge. I really didn't want to, mostly because I hate being in the woods after dark, but she kept teasing me about it. So eventually, I gave in. The trail started off beautiful. Orange sunlight came through the trees, and the air smelled like pine and damp dirt. Emily kept taking pictures while I kept checking behind us for no reason. I already felt uneasy. About halfway there, we passed an older man hiking back toward town. As he walked past us, he stopped and looked at Emily. Then he said something strange. "Don't stay after dark." Emily awkwardly smiled. "We won't." The guy stared at us another few seconds before continuing down reached the bridge just as the sun disappeared. The bridge itself was old and narrow, with wooden planks that creaked loudly under every step. Below us was a rushing river, maybe 100 feet down. The second we stepped onto the bridge, I noticed somebody standing at the opposite end. A woman. She wore this long gray coat and had dark hair covering most of her face. She wasn't moving, just standing there. Emily whispered, "Did she seriously hike out here alone?" I shrugged, but something immediately felt wrong. The woman slowly started walking toward us. Her movements looked stiff, almost unnatural, like she wasn't fully balanced. When she got closer, I realized she was barefoot, on a freezing wooden bridge in the middle of the woods. Emily quietly said, "Okay." The woman stopped about 15 feet away from us. Her hair still covered her face. Then she spoke in this quiet, raspy voice. "Did you see my husband?" Neither of us answered immediately. Emily finally said, "No, sorry." The woman tilted her head slowly. "He fell." I felt chills run through my whole body. Emily asked, "Do you need help?" The woman pointed down toward the river. "He fell right there." I walked closer to the edge carefully and looked down. There was nothing below except dark water crashing against rocks. When I turned back around, the woman was suddenly much closer, way closer than she should have been, like only a few feet away now. I instinctively stepped back. That's when I finally saw her face through her hair. Her nose was broken sideways, one eye was swollen shut, and her mouth looked wrong, like her jaw had been shattered. Emily gasped beside me. The woman whispered, "Help me find him." Then she smiled. I can still picture that smile perfectly. It stretched way too wide. Emily grabbed my arm hard and whispered, "We need to go." Now, we turned around immediately and hurried back across the bridge. Behind us, we heard the woman start running, bare feet slamming across wooden planks. Fast, way too fast. Emily screamed. We sprinted down the trail while hearing footsteps right behind us. At one point, I looked back. The woman was maybe 20 feet away, sprinting with her head tilted sideways unnaturally. Her mouth hung open while she made these horrible choking noises. We ran for what felt like forever. Finally, we saw lights from the parking lot ahead. The footsteps behind us suddenly stopped. We reached the cars shaking and out of breath. Emily locked the doors immediately. Then, we both saw her, standing at the edge of the woods, watching us, completely still again. Even from that distance, I could see her smiling. Emily started crying while I sped us out of there. The next day, Emily told her uncle everything. The color drained from his face instantly. Then he told us something I wish I never heard. About 15 years earlier, a couple had fallen from that same bridge during an argument. The husband died instantly. The wife survived for a few hours with severe injuries before rescue teams reached her. According to reports, she kept asking rescuers the same question over and over. "Did you see my husband?" The bridge was almost torn down after that, but locals still claim they sometimes see a woman wandering there after dark, barefoot, looking for someone.